Hola, everybody, and welcome to our Fluency Friday. This is a masterclass that I put together that's absolutely free for you to experience. What is it like to be in a classroom setting with me? I have the privilege of being able to teach you guys this beautiful language, and you'll learn a little bit more about me as I go through the lecture. But I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, de mi corazón, okay, that I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you've done to take the time out to learn Spanish the easy way. Yes, I can learn Spanish easily. And so let's go ahead and do that together. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Please put in the chat if you cannot see my screen because I want to make sure that you're able to do that. And this is something that I want you to start writing notes while you guys are in class. Okay. This is a real class. Okay. So if you have said to yourself, I wish I could just take a class, a Spanish class. I wish I can just, really just hone in on exactly what I need to learn so I can finally start speaking Spanish. If that's you, then guess what? You made the right decision to come into this class today. Okay. Some of you have had a chance to be able to speak to on the phone. Maybe you got a text from me. How many guys get it? Put in the chat right now if you got a phone call from me, if you got a text message from me personally and you're like, wait, this girl, she really a human. She really live. Okay. She's gonna be there. I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you for taking the time out to tell me your why, to share with me your heart and why you want to learn Spanish. It meant the world to me and it helped me to create my lecture for today because I thought about you, right? And so today we're going to talk about Spanish confidence over perfection. This is the key to really unlocking your fluency. Because when you start to speak a language, confidence is something that is bred when we actually speak it, not when we study it, not when we dissect the language, right? But it's really us coming to that point to say, you know what? I got to just jump in the swimming pool. If I'm going to swim, I got to get in, right? I got to get wet. I got to figure out how these arms work, how these legs work, right? Well, it's the same with learning a language. So, first, we got to talk about your mindset. I want you to understand that it's first in the mind about you being fluent. I want to change your identity, Kevin. I want to change your identity, Ajane, to let you know that it's your time, Kiana, to finally be a bilingual learner. Does that make sense? Sometimes we get into that point, Sophia, where we think, you know what? Spanish is just for everybody else. I can't get fluent. Maybe you think you're too old. Maybe you think you have not the right last name, or maybe you weren't in the right class to learn it, right? Or maybe you might even have a learning disability and you may say, you know what? Learning a language may not be for me. But before we learn any phrases, I just want to shift the way that you think about Spanish in conversation and just remind you that if you have the ability right now to speak English, which 100% of you guys do, right? Put it in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody understands English. You're speaking English, right? Put in the chat. I just want to make doing an audit here. I want to tell you that you have the ability and the capability to learn a new language. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay. We're focusing on Spanish as a people first Spanish. The more that you think about why you're wanting to learn this language is because you want to be able to connect with people, not try to be perfect, but you want people to feel seen and feel heard and feel helped. Is that true? Whether that's for your job, whether that's for travel, whether that's for your family and friends. This is your time to finally say, it's my time to learn and I can do this. Sí, yo puedo hablar en español fácilmente. I can speak Spanish easily. But the first thing we need to do is learn how to connect. And then we learn how to simply speak it, right? And when we're speaking this, guess what happens? It shows that you care. It shows you care, Sophia. It shows you care to those that may feel overlooked. I was speaking to one of our students yesterday, our masterclass students, and she was telling me that she used to work for the post office and there were Spanish speakers that would come with their trucks, right? And because they spoke only Spanish, some of the employees would overlook them because they did not know how to speak Spanish. And that was unfortunate, right? Can you imagine people that speak Spanish and you know the language, how that's going to make them feel knowing that you tried, even if it's saying one small phrase, right, to make that connection. So let's talk a little bit about why most people never become fluent. I want you to think about your own Spanish learning journey. Okay. I want you to think about how you learned this language. Now, most adults were taught through memorization. If that was you, they taught you that you needed to memorize like 100 words in order to become fluent in Spanish. Memorization is not the way towards fluency. Okay. How about this? Grammar overload. Was that you? Were you in a high school Spanish class and they taught you all of these grammar rules like in a whole hour, but you didn't even speak Spanish? All you heard were grammar rules, the things you couldn't do and what you could do and what you can't not do when you say this and you don't say that right. And if you don't say that right, guess what happens? This is going to happen. Does that make sense? That would paralyze me. Like I wouldn't even want to speak, right? If somebody told me all the things that I can't say or I can do, right? Or maybe you have that pressure to perform, right? Where you may know a few sentences here and there, and you may say to yourself, yo hablo español. And then somebody says, wow, they speak Spanish. And they tell you, well, tell me something in Spanish. Say something. Can you imagine the pressure of that to perform? And we're here and we're listening to people and we want to participate, but why are we performing? Learning a language is not about performance. That's what music is for, right? That's why my son, he's getting ready for a recital. He's been practicing his piano so he can perform, right? He's done all of that work. But when you're learning a language, it's an experience. It's a journey that you're having. It's something that you're learning, and it really comes down to a social skill. How many of you guys feel this way? You have this fear of making mistakes. You're just like, I want to say it perfect because if I don't, I'm just so fearful that I'm going to offend somebody or I'm just not going to be exactly, you know, I'm not going to say exactly what I really mean to say, right? And that can really kind of hinder people from not being fluent. What about worksheets without conversation? You were just bombarded, maybe in a college course, and they said, do this whole packet and then this will help you to get fluent. Okay. Or maybe just learning for a test instead of real life. You've done everything. You minored in Spanish. You took all the courses. You did the Rosetta Stone. You figured out if you're A1, a A2, a B6, or whatever it is, right? You said, this is the level I'm at. You took all these tests, but you're still not comfortable to speak Spanish. Is this making sense to you guys? Put it in the chat right now. I see you guys popping in there and resonating with this. I just want to tell you, it's not your fault. Okay? No es tu culpa, right? It's not your fault. Okay? I truly want you to know that you are good at languages because the narrative in your brain is saying, I'm not good at languages. I've been on this language app for 2 years and I'm still not fluent, right? I'm at the 1,000th streak. I'm having fun over here, but I don't even know how to really have a conversation, right? And the goal is for you to really understand that it's all about repetition. It's all about confidence building. And that's what breeds the real conversation. Am I speaking your language right now? Put in the comment section right now. Just put sí, which means yes in Spanish. Okay. Because that's what I want you to understand is I get you. I feel you. I see you. I know you. I was you, right? I'm not just someone haphazardly that has learned this language, right? I have been where you have been. I'm a polyglot, so I know a little bit of Japanese, I know Vietnamese, I know Italian, I know French, I know Portuguese, I know many phrases in these different languages to communicate with different people. So I know what it feels like with all of these things. But one of the things that I love is being able to crack the language code, which is what I have done. And it's through the way that you learn. So we're going to find out, we're going to do a little, activity here. Okay. No tests, no quizzes. Okay. I just want you to figure out what type of learner you are, because once you know how you learn, then you'll know how to proceed forward in your language learning journey. So I'm going to list 3 different types of learners. I want you to put in the chat right now what type of learner you are based on the description that I give you. You guys ready? See? Put it in the comment section if you're ready. 3 types of Spanish. Let's go. All right, here we go. Number 1, this is the type of learner that I found in my fluency program. Okay, my 90-day fluency program where I get people fluent in less than 90 days. The first one is the silent learner. Okay, they come to me and they know all the vocabulary in their head. I'm telling you, they've done the workbooks, the flashcards, all the things, but they freeze when it's time to speak because it sounds so fast when someone's speaking to them, right? If that's you, if you're the silent learner, put a 1 in the chat right now. If that's you, you're like, yo, that's me. I know it all. I know it right here. Like, I know what I want to say. Like, it's there. Okay, it's just not coming out. How about number 2? Are you the perfectionist? This is the student that I've had to encounter where you overthink every word and you just wait until everything sounds perfect before you speak. It's literally in your brain and you will not speak it until it's perfect. You are the perfectionist. Okay. I love you. I am you. Okay. I'm a perfectionist at heart too. Something about me wanting to say it perfectly is more of my own, thought process of wanting to be accepted, right? Wanting to feel like I am doing things the right way and not offending people, right? So if you can resonate as being a perfectionist, put number 2, número dos. So we got número uno is the silent learner, okay? The silent learner. Now, número dos is the perfectionist, okay? And número tres, which one are you? Are you this last one? The forgetful learner. That means you come into this masterclass right now today, you pumped. You so excited to take this class. You've been waiting all week. You registered for the class. You said, I am ready to learn the Espanol, right? You feel motivated during my class right now. You're like, I can take over the world. The way Profesora Kris, how she teaches me, I'm so excited. I can do this. And then what happens? You forget everything a few days later. Is that you? Are you the forgetful learner? You move on to the next thing, the next YouTube video, the next TikTok shop, whatever it is. That's workbook, right? Or the next language apps. You're always looking for something else to grab onto because you keep forgetting and you think you're forgetting the things you're learning, right? All right, let me take a look. I'm going to take a break right now and see in the chat who is who. Let's go. All right, I see you guys in here. Whoa, look at all these ones. Look at all these threes. Okay, I see a mixture of 2s and 3s together. Okay, so I'm going to call you guys out, those that put in here. So I see Chris. Chris is a silent learner, you guys. He's like, I need to make sure that I have all the vocabulary in my head, but I don't know. When people start speaking to me, something happens, right? All right, how about Kiana? She says the perfectionist. She's literally like overthinking it all, right? And saying, I just want to make sure it comes out right. And then we have, who else do we have here? Okay, we've got Danielle. We've got Danielle and Simone. There's a lot of 3s in here too, by the way. The forgetful learner. Can you guys promise me my 3s? Can you promise that you'll write it down? Tasha, you got in. Hola. I know we were texting earlier. I want to make sure that you got in. Perfecto. Glad that you're in, Tasha. Can you make me a promise, please? Can you write down the phrases that I teach you today? And please go over them. I promise you they're going to be super simple, super easy, and super fun. I promise. Okay. Muchas gracias, Danielle. All right. Galaxy Francesca, she says sí, that she'll do it. Okay. Tamara says too. Okay. Perfecto. All right. Thank you so much for doing that activity with me. I want you to be learning boldly in this class. Okay. I want you to speak loudly. Everybody that's in this class right now, I don't want you holding back. Okay. No one's judging you. And I want you to listen confidently. I want you to listen knowing that I have invited you into this room. Okay. No one else is in this room but you and me and the rest of these awesome fluency learners right now. Okay. So I want you to listen confidently. You're going to be hearing from some students that I work with, and you're going to hear them speaking in Spanish. You're going to hear us speaking. Okay. And so when you hear that, I want you to listen confidently. You came into this room and you're invited into this room and you belong. Okay. All right. So how does that help you to see that there's a way to learn? No one's ever taught you that, right? No one's ever said that there are certain types of learners when it comes to approaching language learning. Well, this is how I differentiate my students and help them to succeed. Okay. Once I know how to break that barrier for them. All right. So you're probably saying to yourself, well, who are you? Where'd you come from? How are you the Black girl that's speaking Spanish right now? How's this all coming to be? Well, I want to just introduce to some of you, reintroduce to others that have been with me. Okay, my ride or dies, my fluency fans, okay, that are in here. I love you. Les quiero mucho. I'm Profesora Kris. I'm the founder of Speak Spanish Easy, and I was featured on Telemundo as one of the top language training programs in the nation, where I'm teaching Spanish in the most easiest way for anyone that has a desire to learn and get fluent to finally get fluent. Now, I've been teaching for over 20 years, and I love it because I've taught 700 plus students from beginners all the way from preschoolers to professionals. Fortune 500 companies, right? Adults. And I love what I do. And the reason why I love what I do is because this gift that God gave me is a gift for you, right? I'm just an instrument being used to be a teacher. And not just any teacher, a teacher with an anointing to be able to teach you what He gave me. And He gave me through my Lucas method, okay? Lucas is my maiden name. He gave me a Lucas method that helps people understand the road towards fluency. And so the more that you get connected to our fluency community, you'll start to see how this Lucas method has nothing to do with verb conjugations or grammar rules or any of those things, but it comes to how we learn a language. So I break it down into the L. I teach you how to listen. U, I teach you how to understand. C, I teach you how to communicate effectively. A, I teach you how to assess yourself. S, I teach you how to speak Spanish confidently. That is my method. Okay. And I specialize in confidence based Spanish learning for busy adults, just like you. And I've helped students stop overthinking, okay, and finally start speaking, because I know that's what every single one of us finally want to do, because we've gotten to that point to where we've studied for years and still don't have the confidence to finally speak it. So as you can see, I'm super passionate about what I do and making a difference in helping people look at Spanish as more of a simpler way, more practical and real life focus for you, so that you become fluent for your world. And you'll hear some testimonies later of how people have become fluent for their world. Now, remember, you don't have to be perfect, okay, to start speaking Spanish confidently. That is a myth. And I'm here to bust that myth for you. Okay. So, you guys ready? Let's go. Because I want to teach you the most easiest Spanish phrases that you're going to learn today. And how many of you guys like to eat? Put it in the comment section right now if you like to eat. See? Okay, I see you guys. If you love eating, these are the phrases I want you to focus on. Okay. These are the phrases that I use when I go to a restaurant and I want to order food, or I want to speak to the waitress or the waiter. And so these are the ones I want you to write down. We're going to break it down slowly for you to know what you're saying, how to say it right, how to have the pronunciation. And this is the time when you get to speak. That means every single one of you guys can unmute yourself when I tell you. Okay. All right. So, phrase number one, you're at a restaurant. Can you picture it? Can you visualize yourself asking, "I'd like the check, please"? Can you imagine saying that with confidence? "I'd like the check, please," because you know you ate really good at that restaurant, whether it was a Dominican restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, a Cuban restaurant, whatever restaurant that was, you want to pay them for their services. So this is what you're going to say. Okay. You're going to say, "Quisiera pedir." Okay. Quisiera, say it with me. Quisiera. Very good. Pedir. And all that means is I would like to ask. Okay. I would like to ask, which I'm going to teach you another trick of how to use that. I would like to ask. Okay. And this is going to help you to say, "I would like to ask for the check, please." Okay. So I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to put a phonetic way of the first part, because I know it looks a little like foreign to you, right? Quisiera. So quisiera. So you see how I break this down for you to show you like of what you already know in English, right? Go ahead and put quisiera in the chat right now. Quisiera. Because every time you see quisiera, I want you to focus on the key that unlocks fluency. Okay? Quisiera. Say it with me. Quisiera. Quisiera. Very good. Quisiera. Quisiera pedir. Now think about this, you guys. I just taught you how to say, "I would like to ask." Okay? I would like to ask. Can't you ask for something to eat too? Can I ask for una servilleta? Can I ask for a napkin, right? Quisiera pedir por una coca? Can I ask for a Coke, please? Right? Think about it. You can just change that la cuenta, which is check. You can change that to anything that you would like to ask for, right? Especially in a restaurant setting. If you can get really comfortable with saying quisiera pedir and then whatever you want to ask for, this is a game changer. They're literally going to think that you're fluent. I promise you. You say this all the time, they're going to be like, quisiera, like, what? How? Right? So this is a very good phrase for you to have in your phrase bank that's going to help you understand how to communicate in a restaurant setting. You should always be in the habit of saying, I'd like to ask this. I'd like to ask for that. I'd like to ask for this, right? And then they'll give it to you because they're your waiter or your waitress, right? So who's ready to practice this phrase with me? Yes? Put it in the unmute right now, and I'm going to say it and you repeat it. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Quisiera pedir.
Quisiera
pedir
Quisiera pedir
That
la
little
cuenta.
is
la
Quisiera pedir
cuenta.
la cuenta.
uh-huh.
Quisiera pedir la cuenta.
La cuenta.
Por favor.
Por favor.
Quisiera. I have a
What?
question.
Yes. Good.
I know it wasn't on the slide, but my fear is always being offensive by going too hard on the accent part.
Yes. Right? Simon, you're definitely on it. Yes. A lot of people, even with rolling their R's, they may think I need to roll my R's for everything. And you really don't. Like, don't focus too much on trying to sound like a native in the beginning, right? Do your best to get the phrases out in the right pronunciation of what it should sound like and worry about the rest later. Okay. So for instance, if you see an R like you see here, people might think quisiera pedir, right? Nobody's telling you to roll your R's, right? Pedir. If you say deer, like, doe, a deer, a female deer, right? That's the deer that we're saying. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So quisiera pedir. Say it with me. Quisiera
pedir.
There it is. La cuenta, por favor.
La cuenta.
Cuenta, por favor.
Eso es. Much better. Do you guys see how you're just kind of sitting in that? Like, you can read it. I want you to write it now. Put it in the chat right now. I want you to write it because that tells your brain that something is important right now. So go ahead and write. Quisiera pedir la cuenta, por favor. Quisiera pedir la cuenta, por favor. Repeat, 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 like a parrot. Okay. Quisiera pedir la cuenta. And then majority of you guys already know how to say please, right? So por favor. Now in Puerto Rico, you may just say porfa, right? Which is okay too. But por favor is the proper, way that anybody would understand. Okay.
Pedir.
Quisiera pedir la
Pedir.
por favor. Right. Let me do a check because I'm a teacher over here. Let me see if you guys are saying it right in the chat. Yes. Let me see who's getting an A today. Una A. Let me see here. We've got question. Chris says, can we say para la cuenta or just pedir la cuenta? You can say that. You can say quisiera pedir. I think it's more of like, I want to ask for the check. Does that make sense? I want to ask for the check. But when you say quisiera pedir, it's almost like inclusive within that. So it's like you're adding more if you add the para to it. Does that answer your question, Chris? That's a good question. All right, Danielle gets an A. Okay, una A for ella. Un fuego. You see this fuego emoji? I want you guys getting used to it because I'm going to ask you to put it. Andrea gets a fuego, a fire. Let's go. Quisiera pedir la cuenta, por favor. I see you. Tamara, yes. All right, look at Ajane. She's doing it phonetically as well. Quisiera, I love it. Perfecto. Muy bien. Go Ajane. All right, we've got Kevin. Quisiera pedir la cuenta. Yes, that's right. How is this helping you to really digest this phrase? Is this helping you, Dorothy? Is this helping you, Kirk? Let me know. Put in the chat right now. Okay, Galaxy, I don't know your name, but you did it right, Galaxy. You did it right. Or was that Francesca? I think Galaxy is Francesca. Piniel, I want to say. Yep, that's right. Piniel. Muy bien. Sofia. Perfecta. That's it. Quisiera. That's it. Kiana. Quisiera pedir la cuenta. Yep, you got this. I'm giving you guys your little fuegos. Okay, that means you get an A. You get an A in the class so far. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I love that. Janelle, she even put C in the front of there. Si quiera. Si quiera, si quiera. Si quiera pedir la cuenta, por favor. You can say that too. Yes. And then we have Simone. That's right. Muy bien. Perfecto. Perfecto. Muy bien. Phoenix, how many names? I totally forgot your name because you told me in the in the live. I forgot. But I'm so glad you're in the class. Yes, I'm beating my husband at learning Spanish already. ¿Sabes qué? Tamara, you know what we're doing together. Tamara, you know it. It's about to happen. Chris says, yes, thank you. I think the issue is need to translate it exactly how it's in English and throws me off. Chris, absolutely. That's right. That's right. I love that comment right there. How many of you guys feel like Chris right now? Where you're just like, you know what? I just want to translate everything in my head like it's English, but you got to think about it that English is not Spanish, right? It's a whole different language. Even though you may see some similarities, right, with words, we use that to our advantage, but they're two different languages. The beautiful part about the human brain, though, is this. You have the ability to have a language part of your brain that takes in language, and you can go back and forth. And that's what makes you bilingual, trilingual, polyglot, right? Is you can go from one language to the next. But what you want to do is compartmentalize that, right? So if I'm speaking in English right now, ¿sabes qué? Estoy hablando en español en este momento, pero no estoy pensando en inglés, right? So right now I'm speaking in Spanish, but I'm not thinking in English, right? So you'll get to that point to where it just finally starts to come out. That's a great comment. Thank you for mentioning that. All right, perfect. Me gustaría. Yes, that's a good one too. Yes, me gustaría. This is a great one if you would like to order something, right? Me gustaría comer, right? Put that in the chat. That's an extra bonus phrase right there. Right there. Me gustaría me gustaría comer is I would like to eat, right? Say you're ordering something. Me gustaría comer tacos de asada, right? Me gustaría comer un burrito de pollo, right? And so there's different ways that you can, yes, thank you. Perfecto. Very good. Awesome. Okay, let's move on to this second phrase right here, you guys. Look at this. This is right here when you're asking to work with somebody and you're speaking Spanish with them, okay? I want you to get in the habit of saying this one question to everybody, okay? I want you to say in English, how do you say that in a more natural way, okay? This is that question that you ask in Spanish. You say, which this first part right here, you could just leave that and take that to the phrase bank and cash it in, okay? You could just say como se dice, which means how do you say, right? You can ask that to anybody and they tell you, right? They tell you the word, they tell you the phrase, and they're never going to tell you the grammar rule or the verb conjugation. I promise you, because we never really learned all that, okay? But the thing is I want you to get in the habit of asking if it's okay if you get help from them. You get support, right? So asking is so important with learning a language. So you would say, ¿cómo se dice? Everybody say that with me. ¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice? And you can ask them any phrase or word in English, and then they will translate it for you, write it down for you. Okay? But if you want to ask something, but you just don't know how to say it more like in a natural way because you've been conditioned to use a Castilian way, like the Spain way of learning Spanish word or phrase, but you want to sound like more conversational, right? And you tell them in English, this is the phrase I want to say. And how do I say this naturally? This is the phrase you want to say. So, ¿cómo se dice eso? So this is how I would have my students practice to get fluent. They would say, ¿cómo se dice eso?
¿Cómo es?
¿Cómo se dice esto?
Yes.
¿Cómo se dice eso?
¿Cómo se dice eso? Right? Do you hear the different rhythm of that? It's almost like a song, right? So, ¿cómo se dice eso? And I want you to pause after you say that. Yes. So you're going to say, ¿cómo se dice eso de una manera más natural? You hear my rhythm of how I say that, right? Who wants to practice it with that rhythm of how I said that? Who wants to practice that? Hola, Walter.
Hola, profesora, ¿cómo estás? Hola, mi gente.
Oh, it's so good to see you. Fue un placer de ver tu cara, Walter.
Oh, Karina.
Él es uno de los estudiantes de la comunidad, you guys. He's part of our Fluency community. I'm so excited to have him in our class today. He's amazing. I love Walter. Okay.
Gracias, profesora y mi gente.
Qué bueno, qué bueno. Phoenix is going to be the one to say this phrase. Go ahead, Phoenix.
¿Cómo se dice eso de una manera más natural?
Muy bien, you guys. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Travis. Remember our live? We had such a good time,
Yeah.
no?
I remember.
Yeah, well, I love it. Thank you so much for being in our masterclass today. I'm glad you were able to make it. All right, everybody, unmute yourself. We're about to practice this second phrase right now. Okay? Say it with me.
Más natural.
Más natural.
Más natural.
Very
Más natural.
Eso de una manera.
in the chat right now. Let's start writing it. Tell our brain right now. This is important. We need to know this. ¿Cómo se dice eso de una manera más natural? Put it in the chat. Go ahead and take a picture of it. Get excited about it because this is great. Nobody can take this away
¿Cómo
from
se
you.
dice eso de una manera más natural?
English,
Could you
right?
say manera like again?
Manera.
A manero?
Manera.
Huh?
Manera.
Manera.
There it is.
Okay,
Mhm.
¿Cómo se dice eso de una manera más natural?
Very
Manera
And as
más
you can see
natural.
here, natural is like a cognate word, we call it. So it's like a word that looks like English, but then it's really like a Spanish word too, right? So natural is what natural.
¿Cómo se dice eso de una manera más natural?
Natural. Sí.
See it out there. See, did that help you guys? Just these two phrases. Is it in your mind to see how easy it is to learn Spanish? Put in the chat right now. Put a number 1 right now. Like, OMG, ay Dios mío, mira, estoy hablando en español, right? Like, isn't this exciting? As you can see, there's so many more phrases that you can learn that are out there. But it's a matter of you understanding. Not once did we go over verb conjugations, right? Not once did we go over grammar rules. And you're still in the class. You did not get overwhelmed. You felt comfortable. And you said to yourself, I am going to learn this language and I'm going to finally speak it. So this is the plan. I need you to take these two phrases, take a picture of it right now, take a screenshot of it. I want you to write it down in your notebook. If you're driving and you're listening to this on a podcast, just know you could always look in the link in the show notes and make sure that you have all of those phrases available for you in the show notes. Okay. All right. Que bueno, que bueno. So I need one person who is brave enough to say both of these phrases and say them in Spanish to their best ability. Who's ready?
Kevin.
Let's go, Kevin.
Okay. Quisiera pedir cuenta, por favor.
Muy bien. Oh my goodness, you're going to make me cry, Kevin. Good.
Okay.
Oh, Macy, how did that make you feel to say those two phrases?
Pretty good.
Awesome. That's so awesome. All right, who's next? Piniel? Go ahead, Piniel.
Wow. That's good.
That was real good.
Wow. You guys every single day, like this just makes me so happy hearing you guys speak Spanish. This right here is the key. Now, I want to tell you the secret to fluency is I give you these phrases, but now the implementation of you internalizing them is you have to repeat it. How many times, Andrea? What do we say?
21 times?
No, it sounds crazy. It's tan locura, right? It's so crazy for me to tell you this, but how are you okay with going to the gym and your trainer telling you, go do these 12 reps of these ab workouts or lift this weight for 15 reps, right? How are you okay with that? But you're not okay with me saying veces, right? Think of it that way. You have to retrain your muscle of your brain to say this is important. And the only way to do that is to repeat it, just like a parrot, okay? Repeat it until you get sick of hearing yourself say it over and over and over again. So how many of you guys are up for the challenge? After this class, you're not going to be a forgetful fluency learner, okay? You are going to learn these phrases and you're going to implement it by practicing them. Who will do it? Put in the chat. Let me know. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead. Put in the chat. You got this. You got this. All right. And these are practical phrases. These are phrases you can actually use in real life. Okay. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that because that was the end of our teaching time together. And so I want to share with you guys a little bit about my world, right? So I want you to be honest with me. Did I do what I said I would do? Did I share with you about what type of learner you are, right? Did I share with you the importance of having an expert that's going to teach you this language without verb conjugations, without grammar rules? Yes? Put in the chat right now. Put if I did all that. Did I give you Spanish phrases today. You came to learn Spanish and how to speak it correctly, right? And pronunciate it and build your confidence at the same time. Put in the chat right now if I delivered. I want you to put C inside of the chat because I want to be a promise keeper, right? I want to be the one to deliver what I say I'm going to do. Awesome. I see them coming in. Thank you so much for those comments. All right. So if I have done everything that I need to do, I want to share with you guys how awesome it is to connect with something that is really going to open up your eyes to see a whole new world. Okay. Like Aladdin. Okay. And I want to share with you something, but I just need one favor that I just need about 5 minutes of your time. If you can put in the chat, because I want to show you a way that you can keep learning Spanish with me. Because am I a little bit different than what you've experienced before? Like, would you want me as your high school Spanish teacher? Just put it in the chat right now. Put C if you want to keep learning Spanish with me, just like this. Yes? Yes. Look at all these C's. Yes. C, 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 C. Yes. Well, I want to keep teaching you because when I heard you speak Spanish, it warmed my heart, Kevin. It warmed my heart so much. Every single one of you guys that stepped out of your comfort zone and said yes. What I want to do is I want to give you guys this opportunity to introduce you to something that I've been working on for the past year and a half online to help as many people as possible. And I want to share with you what's been really working with my fluency students that are finally getting fluent in less than 90 days. Put 90 in the chat right now if you're like, what? 90? Yes, 90 days. And you'll be able to hear from some of them today of how they've been able to get over their own fears of speaking Spanish and building confidence to finally get fluent for their world. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what I have prepared for you. All right. So you guys ready? I want to share with you and I want to introduce to you the Fluency U VIP live classes and community. Did you enjoy the class that you had with me today? Put C in the chat right now if you enjoyed everything that you experienced. Yes? Que bueno, que bueno. Awesome. Well, this is what all you get when you become a VIP student in my world. Okay? First of all, what you get to experience is bi-weekly live coaching classes just like this with me and my linguist coaches that are going to help you every step of the way. Did you enjoy being able to know that you can have the right phrases to help you with those phrases for real time for busy adults? Did that help you? Yes? Awesome. Well, let me tell you, this right here is a $297 value. And this is what I get to give to each and one of my students that come into my world is this live coaching. What I found is I would teach students, right? And after their 90 days and they got fluent, there was nothing to help them with community. And so that's why I said, I want to create a class where we meet just twice a month and we go over phrases that they can practice together. We get into breakout rooms. It's just so much fun to see how we go back and forth in Spanish and everybody's all at different levels. The second thing that you get to experience as a VIP student is personalized homework assignments and accountability. What I love about this is every single time you come into the class, I will give you homework. We have a school community where you can put that homework in and you have that accountability that is set up for you specifically and your goals, right? And so this is a $97 value. And I truly, truly love having this moment to share with my students so that they can feel like they're progressing, right? So we have these weekly challenges that they can experience in our school community, and they take only about maybe a 1 to 2 minutes every single week for them to do those challenges and the assignments. How does that sound if you had an opportunity to finally have some accountability and community? Wouldn't that just be worth it? Like right there, right? Put in the chat right now if you're like, yes, if I had some homework, like, and somebody told me what to do, like, yes, I want that, right? I see you guys. Yes. The other thing that is so important that I put together is direct access to me, Profesora Kris, for your questions. I heard you guys give me questions today. I love that. I want you to have a safe space where you can actually get feedback based on what you're learning and get those questions answered. Because how many times have you been inside of a conversation and you're like, well, I don't really know if I'm saying it right. Can you help me practice the pronunciation? And that's where I come in, because I'm able to give you that one-on-one experience, and you can meet with me. And I love that for you. Okay. Now that is $197 value to be able to have that direct access to me. And I put that as a bonus for each and every person that comes into our community, so that you can finally see that I'm a real person. I care about your success, and I care about you having the phrases for your world to finally see some type of movement in your fluency journey. The other thing that I love, love, love is the private VIP community of motivated Spanish learners. You're going to hear from one a little bit, okay? Mama Andrea, you'll be able to hear from her. But there's this support and encouragement and accountability that's just, it's just, you can't even get that anymore these days, right? Like, to have like real people right there cheerleading you on because you spoke Spanish, because you stepped out of your comfort zone. We have other motivated Spanish learners that are just like you. They look like you. They're busy like you. They got families, okay? And they still show up to support one another. I just was listening to Andrea talk about Debbie. Debbie's in here too. They were meeting together, practicing Spanish. These are our VIPs, okay? These are our VIPs. And the fact that they are literally having Spanish class outside of class, right? But they're connecting together is amazing. And that's a $47 a month value. But I want to tell you this, it doesn't just stop there. I want to tell you something that has been pivotal in the way that I have taught Spanish, okay? This right here is the Lucas method framework. This is what I was telling you about earlier, where the phrase first fluency system that I put together, this has come from God to me, okay? To teach this language in a way that is palatable to you specifically is something that is so priceless. I have helped so many students, hundreds of students that have come through my program and have gotten fluent in less than 90 days. And you're probably saying to yourself, what? ¿Cómo es posible que pueden hablar en español en 90 días? Right? You're probably saying, how can they speak Spanish fluently in less than 90 days? Like, how can that happen? Well, you're going to find out right now, very soon, with Andrea. Okay. So be on the lookout for her testimony. It's on the way. And I want to tell you that's priceless. I cannot put a price on what God has given me, right? All I know is it's something that God has given me to give me the passion to teach this language and for people to finally see results. I was so excited when language apps came and Rosetta Stone came and college courses came. I was so excited thinking that they were going to help people get fluent. And I was disappointed each and every time, because they would come to me, people would come to me and say, I'm still not fluent. And I want to share with you that that breaks my heart, because I grew up speaking Spanish. And now being able to share with you that I failed my first high school Spanish test because I did not have that grammar, right? I didn't have that verb conjugation. But what I did have was the language. And I said, I want each and every person to become fluent the way that I did, right? And that's exposing you to a community of people that care about you, that want to see you succeed. And that right there is priceless. So a total value of everything above that I just shared with you will be $638 a month, okay? To be able to actually become fluent. But don't worry, you're not paying that, okay? You're not paying that today, okay? But I do want to tell you that each and every one of you guys have an opportunity to finally say yes to yourself by coming in and joining our Fluency U VIP community. Are you guys ready? Because this is the time right now, okay? Because I know that all of you guys that are in this group right now are exactly who I want to work with. So I want you to scan the QR code right now, and I want you to invest today and pay $97 a month to work with us, okay? You're going to be able to get that bi-weekly live coaching call, just like you experienced today. You're going to get that personalized homework and accountability. You're also going to get the direct access to me with one-on-one Zoom calls. And you're going to have this private VIP community in the school app. And of course, that Lucas method framework is something that's specific for you and your fluency roadmap that you'll be getting. Now, I want to tell you, there's two ways. You can go to the QR code that you see right here, or you can go to the website that you see at speakspanisheasy.com. But every single person that's here on this live right now, guess what? You guys have access, okay, right now So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to put the link, put in the chat right now. If you're like, I want to join, where's the link? Put in the chat right now if that's you. Say, I want to join. Because I'm about to put in the link right now. I'm going to put the link inside the chat right now. And I want to give you guys a chance to be a part of the largest fluency movement worldwide. Yes, this right here. Oh, she's already ready. Okay, hold on. This one right here is the link right here. This is the one I want you to go to. Okay, click on this right here. Okay, this is the link I want every single one of you guys to go to. Once you get in, this is what's about to happen right now. Once you get in, I want you to say, I'm in. Put in the chat right now because we are going to congratulate you. We're going to celebrate you. I'm going to put my little emoji things. Where are they at? Oh, here they are. Let me see. You know, I'm still getting used to all of this. Okay. But I'm going to put my emojis because I want you to know that you are going where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. Okay. Lots of people experience being in a group and they're like, I don't fit. I don't belong. This doesn't happen for me. Right. But I want to tell you that this is your people. Okay. These are your people that are going to love on you, that are going to remind you of why you're learning Spanish. Why are you doing this? Right. So every single one of you guys are going to get this celebratory. Okay. How many of you guys want this when it comes to your name? Because I'm about to shout you out. So go ahead and click on this link that you see right here. Ajane says, me. All right. Very good. Go ahead and click on that link. And right now, what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you. I'm also going to put up the PowerPoint so you guys can see it as well. If you want that QR code, it's totally up to you which works best. Okay. All right, we got Kiana already. Let's go. She ready for her. Let me get it. Let me lower my hand real quick. All right, we're gonna go to Kiana. Let's go. Before Andrea comes, I want to highlight Kiana. Here we go. We're highlighting Kiana. Let's go. Kiana, unmute yourself. Tell us why you are ready to go to our Fluency U VIP community. I'm gonna put you on highlight here so everybody can see you. Because that's what I'm talking about. You are an action taker, mama. And I love that about you. I am so excited to be able to work with you. Go ahead and I'm going to put you a highlight here so everybody can see your beautiful face. Oh, wait, I got to unpin myself. Still getting used to all of these. Okay. ¿Sabes qué? Deme un momento, okay? Give me 1 second here. All right, there we go. All right. Where's Kiana? There she is. Beautiful smile. Okay. All right. Who else is like Kiana right now? She's about to express ¿Por qué quiere aprender español? Why are you learning Spanish today?
In English or Spanish, you want me to say it?
Okay, in English is fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I've just always had a love for the Spanish language, and I minored in Spanish in college many years ago. And so, but because I didn't speak it on an everyday basis, you start to lose it. So I actually take Spanish classes now every week with the language school. So I figured that in conjunction with this, I should be good to go. I mean, I do pretty good. I'm on an intermediate level, but
Okay.
it's like like we said before, like I'm a perfectionist. So, I overthink it first before I speak. And I need a lot more practice with conversation.
That's where VIP comes in, right? Because it's all about you practicing it. So thank you so much for entrusting me with your journey. I love this. Let's go ahead and give Kiana a hand. Aplausa, aplausa. Qué bueno. Welcome to the Fluency U familia. We're so excited to have you. You'll get an email as well with all information and how to book a call. I want to book a call with you one-on-one. I want to go over your fluency goals with you. I want to make sure you feel heard, you feel seen, you feel like I got a map. I know what I'm doing for the next 3 months. Does that make sense? So definitely check your email and make sure you get it. We got Sophia. Let's give a shout out to Sophia. Let's go. Let's go, Sophia. Vamos, vamos, vamos. I'm going to get my reactions. I'm sorry, you guys. It's so slow. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's why. It's over here now that I'm doing it. All right, we got Sophia doing the celebratory right now. Okay. Sophia, unmute yourself. Tell us why. ¿Por qué quieres aprender español? Díganos.
And I want to go beyond como se llama Sophia and be able to understand what they're saying in return. And on top of that, I have Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican friends, and they just speak so fast. And I'm like, I could pick out certain words to try to follow the conversation, but I can never join in. So I just want to learn it.
My goodness. I love Sophia with you being in the healthcare industry. Look at what I am working on right now. I'm still in the editing phases of it, but you're gonna love this. Look at this. Spanish phases
Yes, I need that.
for healthcare workers, for professionals.
Yes.
So we definitely gonna have a good time on our one-on-one. I can't wait to help you. You are literally my dream student. I just can't wait. I can't wait. Muchas gracias. Felicidades. So glad that you are part of our Fluency U VIP community. Welcome. Bienvenida. Welcome. You guys, let's show some love. Let's go, Sophia. ¿Quién más? ¿Quién más? All right. If you want to put it inside. Oh, we got Tamara. Tamara and Andrea. I'm going to come to you right after Tamara, okay? Every single one of you guys, I'm putting the link inside of here. Here's the link while we're talking to Tamara. I want you to get in right now because you'll get access to my one-on-one bonus, okay, where you get to meet with me personally. We go over a strategy call with you and we figure out how to go about it, okay? All right. So tell us, Tamara, let's give a shout out to Tamara. Tamara, let's go.
Hi.
Hola, felicidades.
I'm so
Wait,
excited.
my celebratory. Okay.
Yeah.
Please, Mama. I'm gonna get you pinned on here so everybody can see your beautiful face. Okay. Hold on one second. Where are you at, Mama? Oh, there you are. Okay. I'm gonna pin you right now.
Okay.
And there you are, Mama. Okay.
I'm in urban air with the kids, so it's a little loud around me, but I'm sitting down trying to dedicate myself right away. But I now live in a town where there are so many Spanish speakers. And when I'm in Walmart, sometimes my app glitches and I'm looking for something and I want to ask, where is something? And so many times they tell me that they don't speak any English. I'm like, you know what? That's it. And then my husband has Hispanic workers who speak Spanish as well. So we have a bet in our house. Whoever can speak the most Spanish by the end of the summer is going to win $500. So I'm getting that $500. And he don't know he paying for this class, but I'm getting it too. And my 8-year-old son is on my team. So he's going to be practicing with me as well. So yeah, we got to get this money and be bilingual.
I love it, Tamara. Yes, $500. Say it with me.
Yes, $500.
There it is. We're about to do that 500. That's what we're about to do. Yes. Well, I am so excited to be working with you as well. It's been a pleasure. And I just thank you so much for entrusting me with your fluency journey and that it could be done easily. You don't have to do it all hard, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Gracias. All right, let's give some love to Tamara. Yes, for her being a fluency action taker right now. Let's go. Vamos. Vamos. Okay. You guys want to hear from Andrea? She's literally all up in the Fluency U VIP community. Okay. Walter, I'm calling on you too. So you need to be ready. Okay. ¿Estás listo? Okay. Andrea, let's share with everybody what is that experience for you that you've been with the fluency movement? What is your journey? I want people to understand that you're a real person. Well, ¿sabes qué? You're not just any person. You're my adopted mom. Like I literally adopted you because we're so connected. Okay. So share with everybody your experience and why you want to learn Spanish and how you like our Fluency U VIP community. Go ahead.
Okay. Hola, mi gente. Mi es Andrea. Soy de Nueva York. Go next. No, next. Pero vivo en Carolina del Sur con mi esposo. Y mi historia is my husband about 10 years ago was in the hospital, very, very sick. And he's from Panama. And we always spoke English in the house. I tried to learn Spanish when I was younger, but as la professor says, nothing sticks. With a book, you get bored or you don't have a clear pathway. So it wasn't until then when he was in the hospital, he would only speak Spanish. He wouldn't speak any English at all. He was very, very sick. And normally when you're sick or out of it like that, you go back to your mother tongue, and that was his tongue. I was so upset that I couldn't understand him or I felt like I wasn't meeting all his needs. And I said, I have to do this. I don't want anybody to tell me what he said. I want to know what he said. So that was my motivation. It wasn't until like a year ago, and I found Profesora Kris on TikTok, and I said, and I listened to the TikTok. I said, yes, this is easy. This is not hard. It's not like taking a Spanish test, studying, and taking a test. And you might pass it, you might not, but you don't really get anything out of it. So at that point, I said, I'm going to join, just like you guys are in. This opportunity is for you right now. And I joined and I was in the community and I liked that. It was interacting. You didn't feel pressured or anything like that because I was basically an introvert. I was very shy about speaking, not knowing the words or not being comfortable. So after a while, I said, I want to really, really learn. I promised myself. So I joined the 90-day. And in the 90-day, I was given a framework to learn Spanish, speaking to my husband. I'm retired now. Estoy jubilada and muy feliz. And so I said, now I have time to devote on this language. So Profesora Kris gave me a menu to speak to my husband. Starting from the first day we wake up, I ask him how he's doing. ¿Cómo se dice? I'll say, ¿cómo estás hoy? And he would tell me, and I would say, desayuna, ¿qué quieres? And he would say, oh, somolea, y tocino, or pan, y mantequilla. So it would go on like that, and I would have like 20 phrases I could communicate with him in Spanish with. He loves to garden, so that was a side way I could use to ask him in Spanish. Necesita ayuda, necesita agua. So it started like that. So after a while, it just kept building and building. And I was like Professor Kris said today, like, who's number one, number two, number three? Well, I was a number three. But I found out, but after those 20 times saying those phrases over and over again and incorporating, because after a while it meant something to me because I wanted to ask him something. So I wanted to ask him in Spanish. So that was my motivation. And I think that once you have a motivation that's that detailed, it kind of like springboards you into learning something that you want to learn. And that was for me was the Spanish language. So every morning I say, ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Cómo estás? Just muy bien, muy bien. Oh, no dolor, no dolor. So things like that. So it's just like becomes like a love language for us now, so I'm so happy. I'm so happy that everybody's so enthusiastic about learning because you're going to need that motivation. You're going to need that coworker that speaks Spanish or anyone else that you, even in the street, you want to help somebody. You can stand up there and like the fear goes once you like lean out there, the fear goes. I want to help this person or I want to talk to this person. I want to ask this person something in Spanish. And you get a smile back, or you get a shocked look back. And then you keep going. It's like, okay, that's está bien. That's
right.
So that was my motivation that I wanted to share with you. That's why I'm so happy that I met her, and I'm so happy that she's my princesa.
Okay, bueno, tell them about VIP. Tell them, I mean, you guys are excited. Just put in the chat if that excites you to hear how Andrea is literally fluent for her world. She is speaking to her husband every single day. Días que te está hablando español, esposo. Is that exciting for you to know you can be just like her, right? She plugged in. She's part of it, like Sophia, Tamara. Those that you guys have signed up literally, you said yes to yourself. Andrea is on the other side of that fluency of where you're headed, right? So Andrea, tell them about the fluency community. What is it like being in a class with all these other students around the country?
Well, it's wonderful because when we go into the community, it's always like a homework assignment. So when we get a homework assignment, we can respond to each other. And that's a part of communication. That's a part of conversation. Even if it's not to say, oh, qué bien, or okay, even one little word like that can spark a conversation. So you say, and then you might start at the beginning and say, oh, let me look up this. Okay, yo quiero. Those are little words or little phrases that you can use. Just like in the podcast, we get those little phrases and we can put them in the community and share them and communicate with each other. We also have Sade, she's a linguist that helps us as well. She gives us assignments as well to do. So we really enjoyed it. It's like a building block for us. And not, as Professor Kris says, some of us has broken off until we have our own little mini group that we support each other. We just today with my amiga Debbie, we were just practicing numbers again. So it's a matter of reviewing not only learning something, but you do have to review. You have to work hard. It doesn't come easy. It's not an easy thing that somebody says, here, you're fluent. No, you have to make this a part of you. You have to work at it. And when you work at it, you don't want to let it go. Once it grabs you, you don't want to let it go. So the Spanish has grabbed us. So that's what we do to continue on and learning.
It's now part of your identity, right? It's a part of who Andrea is as a bilingual Spanish speaker. Now, do you guys think, put in the chat right now, do you think that you can learn better with a community as what she's expressing? Put in the chat, put C if you can agree. Yes, Anthony, I see you. Anyone else? Who else has joined our VIP or thinking about it? If you're thinking about joining the VIP and you haven't yet, very good. Put in the chat if you're thinking about it. All right. Yes. Okay. Sounds good. We've got none other. Let's go ahead and give a shout out and a hand to Andrea for knowing the assignment, right? Like knowing why she learned Spanish and how she continued on with her journey. And now she's here on the other side of fluency. So excited for her. Put in the chat how much you appreciate her in the community. Muchas gracias, Andrea. Walter, si quieres hablar un poco en español con nosotros, díganos por qué quieres aprender español. ¿Por qué quieres mejorar tu español con la gente? Díganos.
Muy felicidades, mi gente. Profesora Kris es muy maravilloso. La clase, mi lengua de español está muy bien y muy romántico. La lengua es muy romántica. Very romantic. The Spanish language is, like I was saying, Professor Kris is marvelloso. She is marvelous, and she knows where we're at. She speaks our language not in the sense of understanding or comprehending, but because she's been there, so she knows what challenges we as adults have in learning. The younger kids and stuff, they pick it up like easy, like 1, 2, 3. But for us, we have that block as adults, and Professora Kris knows where to put that key to open that door, for us. And all I could say is gracias a Dios. Ella es mejor. She is the best. Gracias a Dios. Adios. Thanks to God. She knows all this, and it's a gift given to her through our Father, our Heavenly Father, to serve us. So, gracias a Dios. Todos, que tenga buen fin de semana, mi gente. I'm saying, you all have a great weekend, my people.
Let's go, Walter.
Yes.
We are so excited, you guys. Those that are just now joining, remember the QR code is right here. Go ahead and hover over this QR code or go to speakspanisheasy.com. I also have the link inside of the chat right here. I want to give you guys an opportunity to say I'm in. If you're in, that means that you have signed up. Put in the comment section right now if you have signed up. We've got Tamara, we've got Sophia, we've got hold on, let me see here. Kiana. Let's show our love to them for being action takers tonight. I love this. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Getting to that next level in your thought process of learning Spanish. See, was that good for you today? Well, awesome, you guys. Well, I want to go ahead. I don't want to keep up too much time on this Friday evening, but I want to make sure that every single one of you guys have this opportunity to come into our world. Go to speakspanisheasy.com or go to this QR code and know that when you come into our Fluency U VIP community, you are getting those bi-weekly live coaching calls, just like you experienced tonight. Wasn't that amazing? Put it in the chat if that was fire for you tonight. Yes? You want more? Si quieres más, aquí estamos. Here we are. You get that personalized homework and accountability. You also get that direct access. You're going to get an email, Kiana, Sophia, Tamara. You guys are going to get an email to book a call with me, okay? 15 minutes of your time. We're going to go through a fluency roadmap specifically for you, okay? And then also, too, you have that private VIP community in the school app. And then, of course, you've got access to that Lucas Method framework where I'm going to teach you how to do your elevator pitch and how to use the Lucas Method with that elevator pitch. It's going to be amazing for you. So I can't wait to work with you. I can't wait to see you go to the next levels in your fluency journey. This is just the beginning for some of you. And it's a continuation, like Kiana was talking about, of what she's already done, right? And this is just an add-on. And I love that for you. So I want to share with you guys that these are some of the questions that you may have had coming into this masterclass, right? Do I need any Spanish experience? No, you don't. Okay. You come at any level that you want, and we are here to support you. Question number 2, how much time do I need each week? Usually about 60 to 90 minutes is when we have our class together that you can put to the side, okay? You also may ask, what if I tried everything and nothing worked? What I want to tell you is you are my prime student, okay? Because if you've tried everything, that means you are a long life learner. And I love that about you. And I want you to know that traditional apps are there to help you kind of bridge that gap of knowing the foundation, but ultimately it comes down to the Lucas method and you understanding phrases, which is what I get to do. And also too, just knowing, you can cancel anytime. It's not like you're married to me, okay? Like we are literally in this partnership together and the community is there for you. So there's no long-term contract, but you will not regret it. Andrea's been with us for 1.5 years now. Okay, she ain't going nowhere. Walter as well. Okay, so just know we're familia. This is us. And we're coming together to go to that next level. All right. So every single one of you guys have an opportunity to experience what it's like to be in a class with me. And I want to personally say gracias from the bottom of my heart for being here today, taking the time out to spend with me. I want to see you guys inside of Fluency U VIP, and just know that if you've already signed up for our community, we do have class next week. You'll get all the details sent to you via email. You'll also get a chance to meet with me, book a call, and vamos. Let's go. I can't wait to see you speak Spanish easy. Let's go. Vamos. Muchas gracias, everybody. Thank you for joining me in our Fluency Friday for today. Que Dios le bendiga. God bless you all, and adios. Take care. Adios.
Gracias,
Adios.
Profesora Kris. Trabajo muy bien.
Muchas
Está muy
gracias.
bien.
Muchas gracias. Gracias a
Sí.
todos. Lori,
Okay.
estás con nosotros también. Lori, voy a llamarte, okay? I'll give you a call, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, adios.
Okay.
Ajane,
Adios.
thank you so much for being with us today, Ajane.
De nada.
Okay, adios.